Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, your girl KarterChanelle, and I'm back. I know I've disappeared, but I'm back. And do y'all notice anything? Do y'all notice anything different about your girl? Do ya? Yeah, I cut my locks off, y'all. Y'all, this lock journey has been a journey, okay? Like they tell you when you get ready to get locks, you got to beware. I'm making this video for y'all if you guys are thinking about getting your locks, if you have your locks, and if you're thinking about cutting them off, okay? I swear, this video you guys need to share with everybody so they can watch it. It's good for before, during, and after your lock journey. Again, I'm KarterChanelle. This looks a little blurry a little bit. Let me come this way. Feels like the light is going in and out. Is this a little better? Okay, so this is like just a tell-all, a lock journey tell-all, because it's not as easy as it looks. So first off, let me get started. I actually had locks for 1 year to the date a few days ago. 1 year is all I could do. Actually, I want to say maybe 1 year and 2 days. I couldn't do it no more. However, when I first got into it, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lock my hair up. I was natural. I never really did, like I'll do braids, but I've never been like the lace front, the wig. I've never done none of that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll do the long ponytail. You always gotta have a long ponytail. Y'all, I love this. Look at the back. Can y'all see the back? But so I've never been that girl, you know what I'm saying? And I was natural before that for some years as well. I didn't do the perms or anything, but I slick my hair back, a cute little ponytail, a little high bun, cute little edges laid. I'll get me some braids or just something like that. I think maybe once I had a blowout, maybe. But so I was like, why not lock up? My mom, she had locks, very sweet lady. My sister, she had locks as well. My cousin had sister locks, the real skinny ones. So I was like, well, if I start this journey, which way do I want to go? Do I want to do traditional locks? Do I want to do the sister locks, the micro locks? It's so many, all kind. But my thing was, when I had talked to my cousin, she was saying sometimes when you wake up, they'll be on the bed. Because they're really thin. They're real thin. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want something that's going to have a little, I researched everything, when it came to conditioners and everything like that, which is, you will not know. You will never know what works. I'm just saying. So this is still before my journey, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. Locked up. I did the coil method, and then I'll drop a picture of when I got it done. I'll drop that. So I got the coil method done. So cute. I was excited. It was a little skeet because I didn't want to start from like this. I didn't want to cut all my hair off and start from the mud. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I kept the length of my hair and did the coil method. You could do the 2-strand method, or you can do the coil method. Or I've seen some ladies, they'll do braids and they'll just let it mat up like that. My sister, she actually got her hair done in faux locks and just let it grow out from there and got it like retwisted. When the faux locks grew long enough to where she was satisfied with her hair, the locked hair, she cut them. That's how her locks, and they're long now to this day. But I was like, all right, I want to do the coil method. I like the way the coil comes out. You have a curlier end, to me personally, if you do the coil method. So I was like, yeah, we'll do that, okay? That first month, you can't touch them, can't wash them, nothing at all, because you want them to lock up and bud. That really wasn't a struggle because everybody was like, oh, you locking up? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm so excited, all of that stuff. I'm experimenting with sprays. Well, no, I take that back. They say water because water kind of like mats up your hair a little bit, but you don't want to do oil or nothing because you want it to lock. So I was like, okay, whatever. I went back 6 weeks or a month. Yeah, 6 weeks. I went back and got my first retwist. I'll drop a picture of that. And I'm smiling, y'all, because it was a time. Like this journey, I enjoyed it. Just right now is not for me. So, okay, so yeah, so here's a picture of me with my first retwist. Lit, right? Loved it or whatever. All was going well. That came down, like, I only had it up for about a week. So after that, I was just like trying to do different styles. I put it in a couple ponytails, just wore it down. Just sporadic little stuff. I never really got the hang of, you know, you go on YouTube and stuff and you see them doing all these like cute super styles. I tried them. just, for some it's for them, and for me it just really wasn't. So then I was going back and get my hair redone. Well, now we're during my lock process. Well, they say you don't want to keep getting your hair done because you can put stress on it, and it can make them thinner, or it can break, and just all of that. You don't want to keep letting keep getting it done. You want to let it just be natural or whatever. I'm like, okay. So then that's when I was talking to my loctician, and she was like, well, get you some scarves, wrap it up. That's where all of that will come in handy. Yada, yada, yada. Tried it, didn't work. Too hot for the scarves. I'm not going to do all of that. So I just let it free flow a little bit, maybe put a little space buns and kept it going. I ran right back and got my hair done. She was like, well, you might not want to keep doing that. I'm like, well, look, we're going to have fun with it. I don't want to be, restricted and really can't do nothing because I don't want them to get thin or whatever, so I'm like, well, let's just have fun with it, so she'll go ahead, she'll lock me up, same style, nothing different. I'll show y'all another picture. Yeah, same styles. Really, I don't know, like in the lock world, you have different styles, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it was just the same go-to for me. Like I tried them and it just was like, I would look around, the girls would have the same exact styles to me, like the same stuff, the up in the back. I'll show y'all a picture because I had it. Just the same styles. And I was just like, ooh, this is kind of permanent for me. So 6 months in, I'm like, okay, it's locking. They're maturing a little bit for what it's worth. My hair, I have as they call it, like a good grade or whatever. So it took a minute to really lock up. My roots really never even locked. And I was asking my loctician, like, what's going on? When is it going to lock? She was like, this is a natural process. Just go with it. Because even then I was like, I don't know, sis. Yeah, I don't know. But whatever. Hung in there, endured it. I want to say around 8 months. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm liking it. It's the energy, because a lot of lock girls and stuff and the guys, this is my spider senses and all of that stuff, and it's just the energy and this and that. But I was looking like, and you know what, I'm gonna post this. So this is what I said the other day. I'm gonna put this in here real quick because I need to address it, because some of the girls were sliding in my DMs and they're asking me questions like, or they're saying like, I'm not mean, da 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 da. And I'm like, I'm kind of like, well, if you gotta justify, maybe you are the mean one. No, but some of the females that I've ran across with locks, you think it's like this, what I observe, and like from my mom, it's a positive energy, it's a free flow, you know what I'm saying? You chill, you vibe, you're just not carefree, but it's just a statement that's understood without being spoken. You know what I'm saying? It's not a turn the other cheek, but it's like we vibrating higher. That's what I had got from it. But you know how it's like if you see a car that you want, you're like, oh, I want this car. You've seen it a little bit sporadic here and there. But the moment you be like, oh, I want one or get one, you see it everywhere, right? The locks are everywhere. It's not like I did not see them, but it just seemed like everybody really had locks. Kids, grandmas, daddies, zaddies, moms, just everybody. Okay, that's fine. Everybody I was running into. But they kind of like, some of them, the girls, like they had like an arrogance, like an attitude, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of them like wouldn't speak, and one specifically is very evil. I'm just call it what it is. It's not about, it's like always just ready to pop off, and it's giving like just mean. And I'm just looking like, where's all the positivity? And you got these stones and these crystals, because it was a time where I say maybe around my 9th month, I was like, okay, now I need to get the rhinestones. You know what I'm saying? I need to get me a rose quartz, which is I still am going to get a rose quartz and an emerald. I want, the stones and stuff. But I just felt like now I need to start saging and just all of that stuff that goes, it's just ridiculous, y'all. So, but some of the girls that I came across, I was like, y'all energy is bad and messed up. That's why you can't buy locks from everybody. I'm selling mine, and I got lock sprinkles on them. The starting bid is $2,500 because my locks is fire. They're pure. They're drug-free. They're smoke-free. They've been around the world. They've been to Morocco. They've been to Bahamas. They've been to Jamaica. They ain't been to Jamaica. They've been to Morocco, South Africa. They've been to Bali. They've been to Bangkok. Like, yeah, Yeah. And they have a good freaking vibe. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm a time. I'm a vibe. I have joy within. I vibrate higher and all of that stuff. So my energy was great. But some of the girls I ran into, I was just like, ew, like, where's the, it was just like, ew. They were just mean. It seems like mean girls. I don't know. But I posted that and some of them was like, I'm not mean. I didn't say you. You're not mean. You're super sweet. But some of the girls that I specifically have ran into were like super mean. And I'm like, I just didn't think that was what it was about. I don't know. Got a different perception. So 9 months in, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to keep these. It's the same style. You buying sprays and you're doing like the oil and conditioning and the tension, like if you pull them up too much, they was pulling on your edges and just like a regular braids, right? So I'm just like, at this point, I think I'm going to be done. Went and talked to my loctician. She's like, no, don't do it. This and that, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a time. Got into my 10th, 11th month. I'm just like, they just look, I just can't. I just look so, I just wasn't happy with them. I feel like anything that you're doing, anything that you're in, your current state of mind, anything, it needs to be peaceful for you and only you. You know what I'm saying? That energy needs to be stable and not thrown off by something that you think you want just because somebody else may say something if you cut them off. Now that brings me to me cutting off my locks. So I'm going to show y'all me cutting off my locks. Yes. Let me show y'all real quick. Okay, now, don't y'all just love it? It was so freeing because I have been saying I want to cut my locks off now. I want to say about the 6th, 7th, 8th month in. You know what I'm saying? And finally I did it. But for a moment, having them, just talking to people like, no, don't cut them off. No. It was always no. Kind of like when people have hair. Don't cut your hair. Don't cut your hair. Oh, it's so long. Oh, it's so pretty. I've never been the hair girl. Hair been down my back. Period. It's always gave what it needs to give. And it always grows back how it needs to grow back. So it really wasn't a thing. But everybody's like, don't cut it. I'm like, okay, I won't do it. We're locked in, all of that stuff. And they're like, you're going to regret it if you cut them off. And I'm like, well, I'll save them for when I get older and I can just get them back on. Yeah, but when you reattach them, it's not the same. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me stop. People telling me, oh, my family member cut theirs off. And as soon as they did, they regretted it. And I'm like, oh my God, will I? Some people don't know, but they was like, I don't know. Will you look right with? I'm like, yeah, and will and do. But so if you are going through your journey and you hear that and you want to cut them, sis, save them. Mine is right in there in a Ziploc baggie. I think I'm gonna put them in the freezer. I don't know how to store them just yet because I want to make sure I keep them dry and fresh and clean for whoever's gonna give me this $2,500. But then so last ditch effort. Oh, not to mention I dyed my hair so many times. Let me show y'all. Yeah, dyed my hair over and over. Trying to find something to just trying to keep these locks. Finally, I was like, I can't do it. So I cut them off and I'm so happy. It just wasn't for me at the time. Like I say, maybe years later, I'll attach them later. Maybe it might be for me. Well, right now, it just wasn't the time. So I say this to say, if you feel like you want to cut your locks off, cut them off. It's just hair. If you want to get them reattached, get them reattached. I actually got mine instant lock, my roots, because they would never lock. And them still was easy to comb out. And what I didn't know is you can actually comb your locks out. Some people get their locks combed out. I didn't want to do that because I was like, it's going to be thinning and you know what I'm saying? It's going to take them off. Plus, I wasn't into cutting my locks to keep my hair aspect kind of thinking. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to cut them off because I was done with them. So I cut them. I was even thinking I was going to be shorter than this, but sis got some length. Yeah. But what I found out was when you cut them, if you have the new growth, you can cut like about this much above and kind of like comb that out a little bit and you'll still have it. And even if not, you could cut like about like that much and come from the bottom and like pull it apart and it just unlocks immediately. Comb it out, keep the party going. But yeah, so that's that. I'm dropping the pictures, the before, after, all of that good stuff. Hope y'all like it. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Any products that I use? I use every product. I try so much stuff. Good thing I got my daughter. She's a 9-year-old, head full of curly hair. So what didn't work, I can let them. But trying to keep moisture in It's a lot of maintenance. That I do want to say. I thought that it was going to be low maintenance. Having locks is not low maintenance. Hear me loud and proud. When you get your hair locked up, you think you're just done. You're not. That stuff is gonna dry up on you. You gotta moisturize them. Some people like do the mist or whatever. You can't get all kind of hairstyles because then it's gonna get too thin. Then if you pull them up too tight, it's gonna put too much stress on them. That fly out here. It's not low maintenance, because that's the first thing that I thought. I was dead ass wrong. Dead wrong. Big misconception. Like, locks is upkeep, okay? Yeah. Nevertheless, y'all continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in my comments. And yeah, that's my lock journey. A year I was locked up, and I'm done. And I love it. All right, y'all. Bye.